What if you're standing on a public sidewalk video recording and two armed gang members approach you, ask you to identify yourself, start assaulting you when you don't comply with the request, tie you up, throw you in the back of their car, and transport you to a cage where they keep you until they're ready to let you out? And while you're sitting in that cage, they call some of their buddies who steal your car and take it to their property. Would their actions be right or wrong? Would it matter if the two thugs weren't Crips or Bloods? What if they belonged to the largest, most powerful, most organized gang in the neighborhood, called the state and federal police?
This one right here is a jailhouse lawyer refusing the ID.
I will, no problem. I will give my ID if I'm being charged with something. I don't have to show my ID unless I'm being charged something. That is the law.
There's a probable cause for us to be out here.
Yes, sir.
I want to know who you are. So I'm requesting your ID. You failed ID, I'm going to take you into jail. And that's law.
That's the law?
That's the law.
What's your name, sir?
Lockhart.
What's your number? I'm sorry, I don't have a good video.
1064.
1064, Lockhart? Okay. So what's my charge?
You're not being charged with anything.
Then I don't have to show you my ID, sir.
You're involved in an investigation. You want to interfere with the investigation? You're going to jail for interfering with a police officer in performance of an investigation. Do you understand that?
Sir,
do you understand that? Yes or no?
I plead the fifth.
You plead the fifth? Let me have your ID.
Sarge, can I go on?
Nope.
I'm going to take a step back because I'm feeling threatened. You are an armed civilian, sir.
Lisa, please.
No, you can't do this. This is illegal.
Lisa,
Hey, whoa, she didn't
Lay
do
off
nothing.
of her.
She didn't.
With virtually unlimited funds, these badged enforcers have the resources and power to make your life a living nightmare. Now, under normal circumstances, when somebody assaults you, you can fight back to protect yourself or your loved ones. But when a police officer harasses or attacks you, your retaliation will certainly bring the wrath and full force of the state down upon your head, complete with reinforcements, helicopters in the air, dogs on the ground, and you either behind bars or taking up the next cabinet space in the local morgue. Unfortunately, our reality is that bad cops have the power to harm you and your family, steal your property, ruin your public record, imprison you for life, and financially bankrupt you. So what do? Do you roll over and just let them get away with their disregard for justice? Or do you stand up for principle and hold these costume thugs accountable? It's at this point that Jefferson's assertion rings true. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. And it's really the duty of the people to rid themselves of their ignorance and stand on the high ground of useful knowledge. Remember, knowledge is power, and a plethora of examples should tell you that bad cops love to take advantage of those who don't possess that power. First, you need to know that you have a right to film any public servant at any time in any public place for any reason. The court case Glick versus Koenig established that. And even if it didn't, the First and Fourth Amendments of the Bill of Rights firmly establishes this. And even if those didn't exist, the law of common sense trumps it all. If you encounter a public servant, then any member of the public has a right to record any servant who claims to serve them. Now, unless you're operating a motor vehicle or flying as a passenger on a commercial airline, and except in these states, you never have to provide an ID to anyone upon request. Even in these stop and identify states, the request must accompany the officer's reasonable suspicion that you have committed, are committing, or will commit a crime. And this reasonable suspicion must be specifically articulated. If they can articulate why they reasonably suspect you of committing a crime, they can, according to the courts, legally detain you. A way to quickly test this is by asking the officer, am I being detained or am I free to go? If he says you're not being detained, you can take that opportunity and walk away right then. If he says he is detaining you, ask him to specifically articulate his reasonable suspicion that you have committed a crime. If you're detained, you'll have to decide if withholding your identity is worth the possibility of arrest or prolonged detention. Here are a couple of examples of people who refuse to hand their IDs over to police. Credits for each video can be found in the description below.
Clearly didn't like that I was pointing my camera to videotape him. He thinks he's being funny now.
Hi. Go take your hand out of your pocket.
No, sir, I haven't done nothing. I've done absolutely nothing, no.
Hey, seriously.
Put your gun down, really? This one's really got a gun on me. No. You don't touch me. You don't touch me.
I'm I'm at that address right now.
You don't touch me.
Hey, man.
No, you don't touch me.
When I tell you to take your hand out,
I've done nothing. Nope.
you need to relax.
What have I done? Why'd you get out of your vehicle?
You're taking a picture of me. I'm taking a picture of you.
Take a picture and leave.
Okay? I don't have to leave.
Neither do I.
So, I told you to take your hand out of your pocket. I just want to make sure you don't have a weapon.
You know I don't have a weapon on me.
Okay. I don't know that.
You do that. I'm completely clear. Wrong. You have your gun out because you're a police officer. You're trying to intimidate me, and this is going all over YouTube.
What's wrong with you?
Your station is corrupt.
Oh, okay. Are you some kind of a constitutionalist,
No, sir.
crazy guy or something like that? Is that your...
Is that what you're going after? Is that where you're going?
I'm down.
Are you throwing claims around?
Yeah, I just came to get some stuff from the store. Yeah. Just see what's going on. Not interfering with anything. I'm just.
No, you're not interfering at all.
Yep.
My partner didn't know if you were with that group or not, so you just told
No,
me.
I don't know these. I don't know any of these people. I'm just bystander.
Just real quick, you got your ID on you?
I'm not required to show that to you.
What would you ask? Yeah, because he thought maybe you were with that group. That's why he told me to come talk to you.
Am I being detained?
All I want to do is see your ID.
I'm just not required to. I'm not required to provide that in Minnesota and 34 other states unless like I'm under suspicion of committing a crime, and I haven't done anything. So am I being detained or am I free to go?
No, you can leave if you want.
Okay, thanks. I'm just exercising my First Amendment right here.
Just to hang out.
Just watching what's going on.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good night.
Yep, take care.
How are you?
Not bad.
Just so I can concentrate on what you're saying.
Yep.
I'm just gonna. What's going on?
Okay, I don't consent to any searches. I just want to make that clear.
I'm not gonna search it.
I don't consent to any seizures either.
Okay. Just gonna hold this so I can have a conversation with you.
Okay. What crime am I suspected of committing? And you just pointed that gun at me when it was loaded, just so you know. You twisted it, pointed it right at me.
Like
Before you wrecked the slide, you pointed it right at my legs.
People are calling about a guy walking around with a gun, so.
Okay. That's not illegal. Can I have my gun back and get moving along?
Need your ID, and then we'll get you on your way.
What
sir.
crime do you suspect me of committing?
Like I said, people are starting to call about a guy carrying a gun.
Yep, that's a report of illegal activity. What crime do you suspect me of committing? In order to stop me, you have to suspect me of a crime. Can you get your supervisor here?
He is on the way.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, well, like I said, people are concerned. It's a public safety issue. So I'm here to make sure everyone's all set. Make sure you're all set. Okay, so I just need to get your ID, and we'll call it good.
No, sir.
You're not going to give me your ID.
Unless you are issuing me a summons as 17A, 15A
I need to make sure
requires, then...
Can you let me speak for a second? Yep. I need to make sure you're not a felon to carry this.
Do you suspect me of being a felon?
I don't know you. So
okay, if you don't suspect me of being a felon, then I would like my gun back and I would like to proceed on my way.
In order to carry a gun, you're not allowed to be a felon.
Correct, but unless you suspect me of being a felon, there's no reason for you to stop me.
There is a reason to stop you.
Unless you suspect me of a crime, as Terry v. Ohio, Delaware v. Prowse requires you to have a suspicion of crime before you detain an individual. Brown v. Texas does not allow you to stop an individual and demand their ID.
Can I get your first name so I can speak to you on a person-to-person basis here?
No.
You're not going to give me your
Nope,
name.
I'm not
going to
gonna-
be that type of guy when I'm trying to have a conversation.
I'm sorry, sir, but for my own protection, I would rather not give you anything because any name I give you is going to go in the police report about this incident.
There's going to be no police report.
There's a police log generated for every call.
This is called a pedestrian traffic.
Yep. And unless you have a reasonable suspicion that I'm committing a crime, you can't detain me. I have to be free to leave. It has to be a consensual encounter, sir.
Here's the deal, sir. You are walking down Congress Street carrying a gun.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that illegal?
It's a cause for concern.
Do you suspect me of committing a crime?
Sir.
Do you suspect me of committing a crime, yes or no?
Sir, I need...
Suspenders. Keep my pants up. Yeah, that's the buckle for the suspenders.
This is common practice, dude. Okay?
Yep. It's illegal common practice.
It's not illegal. You see a guy walking down the street carrying a gun.
Yep.
Okay.
Is that the only reason why you stopped me?
Yes.
That I'm carrying a gun?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I want you to refer you to DeBerry v. U.S. DeBerry v. DeBerry v. U.S. says that a firearm, where legally carried, cannot be the only cause for reasonable suspicion for a stop.
Yep.
Am I free to go?
You are.
Okay. Can I have my gun back?
Sure.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it and you think others could benefit by viewing it, click that like button and share it on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you want to see more videos like this, as well as a mix of other content, give that subscribe button a click. For more information and additional content, let's connect on Facebook at facebook.com/highimpactflicks and reach out to me on Twitter at highimpactflicks. Until next time, remember, in a time of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. Let the revolution begin.